Alright fitters, it's Jazz here. I'm at the courts and we're already back for pre-season. I'm going to meet up with Rani Samuson. I really hope she meets me here because she's a very, very busy lady. And hopefully she comes. We're going to have a little bit of a practice shot. We're going to talk to her all about her 2023 season. I just hope she rocks up because there she is. Oh, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you. I was worried you weren't going to come. So busy recently.
No, I always make time for you.
Oh, good. I can't wait to practice our shots. You can teach me all of your nice swishes against
You need
the
it.
post too. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. How's everything been coming into pre-season now? So quick.
Yeah, good. I'm so excited. Obviously, I didn't get to play much of this season, so next year I'm ready, I'm firing, I'm raring.
How's it been coming back into pre-season after being injured some of the year?
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, injuries are just as much a mental challenge as they are physical.
Yeah.
So making sure you're always on the grind, always motivated to get back with the team, it can be difficult and you go through lots of peaks and pits. But you know, I just have the end goal of being in the dress with the Vixens, playing, obviously winning the championship, and that keeps me going.
What are you going to do when you're doing a different program to everybody else? Coming back from your injury, are you doing more running, more strength? How does that look like?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, I'm quite strong as a person, so you know, you always need to maintain muscle because making sure you can do all of the movements is really important and you're strong enough to not get injuries. But also running, you know, goal shooter, goal attack, those positions are very different, so making sure I'm fit enough to even run out a full game.
Are we entering marathons together?
Let's put a pin in that. Maybe post-season.
Has that been the hardest thing, like learning to run? Obviously shooters, you need to be super fit.
Yeah.
Your main strength is strength. How are you going to work on your running?
Yeah, well, I had to, you know, try to learn how to run from scratch again with the injury. So it's been difficult, but you know, again, you have that end goal in mind.
Yes.
Just want to win, want to be there for the team, do everything you can.
So we're not doing sprints today?
No, I'm doing sprints later at training.
Oh.
We can shoot today.
All right, well, let's go shoot. I can't wait. Aren't you glad you play inside? Look how wet the courts are. Oh
I
my
am
gosh.
so glad. I don't think I'd be able to compete with the sun and the wind.
I
Those are
know.
the worst defenders.
How's your tan lines going?
Great.
So how many times a week are you training at the moment?
How many times a week? We train multiple times a day, so we probably cover about 8 to 10 sessions a week.
Oh my gosh, and is that all strength or running or court? What is it like?
It's a mixture, so we'll do some conditioning, so like that's running, bike, rowing, we'll be on court, and then we'll do gym as well.
All right, let's go shoot.
Let's go!
What would you tell a young girl, not even who's a shooter, just anyone on court, how they can take on a game better and be more confident?
I would just say I do a lot of visualization before the game. So I imagine myself playing the game perfectly. Catching the ball every time. Can we do that again? I do a lot of visualization before I play a game. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm catching every single pass, I'm passing it perfectly to my teammates, and then obviously every single goal is a swish. And I feel like that just helps my confidence because it makes me stand up taller, you know, my shoulders are back, my head is held high, makes me feel good. And then if I feel good, I'm gonna play good.
And is that before the game as well? Are you sitting on the bench, say if you haven't even gone on yet? Are you focused on the game? Are you focused on the play you're about to go on? What's going through your mind sitting on the bench knowing your coach is about to call you up?
I'm looking at what's happening, I'm looking at my teammates, how I can help lift them up. Because netball's a team sport, you got to build on each other. I can't do everything, and I have another person who can shoot as well. So if I can grab my teammate, and if I can say, you've got this, that's yours, all of yours, I'm just going to go because I know you're going to get it in. That's going to give them so much confidence. I got it.
Lucky I'm not on your team then. What's your favourite position on the court to shoot from? Hopefully none of your defenders are watching this.
I love long range, obviously. 2-pointers, and I love an angled shot. So 45 degrees from the post is usually my favourite position to shoot from. That wasn't very long though.
And Do you like stepping in?
Stepping in is okay, especially when you have really tall defenders with long arms. I feel like I can shoot over almost anyone. And I like shooting off of 2 feet just because you're more balanced.
And can you teach me your trick? I see it all the time, the heel toe. We all want to know.
Yeah, so obviously when a player has the ball, oh my God. Obviously when you have the ball, the defender has to be 3 feet away from you. Sometimes I find when I get it, defenders will already have their arms up. So a little trick I like to do, which is not stepping, is going from my toe to my heel and then spinning around, and you gain an extra foot. So if I'm here and you get 3 feet away, this is a bit closer. 3 feet away is only a meter.
That's 3 feet.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
And then now see how you're so much closer. That's probably about 3 feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you still get it in. So what am I meant to do defending you? Nothing.
Well, yeah, it's just a little trick. If the defender's being proactive and getting arms over already, I want to catch them out, go in, and then all of a sudden you're standing next to me and it's basically a free shot at the goal.
Okay, let's see. Okay, fair enough.
Cooking.
Okay.
We're cooking.
Obviously we coach together, and I know we go out and see a lot of young kids that look up to you so much. I know you like to say that they like to have a persona or someone to look up to, or an idol that they can relate to and have their inner strength. What do you like to say to those kids?
I would just say confidence is something that you can't see. I ironically, once or twice, said that I was the Steph Curry of netball, and I laughed, and then I thought seriously, and I was like, well, why can't I be? Why can't I be the Steph Curry of netball? Why can't I be the best long-range shooter in the league? And no one can tell if your confidence is real or fake. It's like air, you know it's there, you just can't see it. And it just really comes from within. So I first started saying, yeah, I can do it. I can shoot long range, give me the ball, I can do it, even when sometimes I was doubting myself. But then it started coming off. The confidence became real and slowly increased. So yeah, now I sometimes will just say it unironically. People will believe me. They're like, actually, you do have a good reputation. You do have really good percentage from that arc. So I just roll with it now.
I love it, so good. Okay, it's starting to rain and I know we need to go, but I want to ask you one last question. Do you believe confidence is something that can be taught, or do you believe you have to learn it yourself?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I think it's a lot of give and take, learning from experience. It's a lot of trial and error. I wasn't very confident as a kid. I knew I was good. I knew I loved to shoot. I knew this is what I wanted to do when I was older, but it didn't come naturally to me. So it was kind of something I had to put on, teach myself, look at the greats, look at different sports, see how they conducted themselves, and I kind of learnt from that. Some things worked for me, some things didn't. And yeah, you just gotta find what works for you.
That's awesome. Oh, the hair and the eyes, and she gets it. So heading into 2023, what are you thinking? What's gonna be your inner persona? How are you gonna tackle next year?
I think I'm gonna tackle it much the same as I did this season, and also last year when I made my debut. Just be me, go out there. All they need is for me to be me.
And do you have an inner persona? You have such a straight face on court, and I look at you and I see nothing. You're so concentrated. What are you actually thinking on court?
Nothing. I like to play on instinct, and I just want to go out there and beat my opponent. So nothing phases me. I'm going to go out. If I do the most amazing thing ever, it's like it's normal every day. If I don't end up doing well, still nothing phases me. So.
And what if you came up against me? What would you think?
Nothing.
Easy.
Easy.
Okay. So I feel like you're such a skillful player. You throw out all those tricks on court. What tricks have you got planned for 2023?
I'm definitely gonna, bring some out if Simone lets me. But practice makes perfect. So I feel like doing these little things to outsmart your opponent I'm all for it. Netball's not just purely athletic. I mean, you can be the fastest runner, you can be the strongest person, but you could still not be good at netball, and that's because it requires so much skill and finesse. And I love exploring that aspect. I love getting really tricky. I love, no-look passes, off the post. Done it a few times in the game. Obviously, when it doesn't come off, you feel not great, but that's where practice makes perfect.
And what do you do when it doesn't work and you put in the practice and you do it on court and execute it, and that really good defender comes in and takes it and reads your play? What's your next move mentally and physically on court?
It's more of a challenge. So it's like if they were able to read it and if they were able to intercept it, it's like, oh, well, fair play. Let's go. I'm going to try and think of something different. It's like, well, let me get the ball again. You're not going to get it next time. So it's more of a challenge. I love it when defenders, really challenge me, push me to my limit so I can try and think of something new and better.
Yeah, awesome. And did you practice that pass against the post at training? What made you do that? And did you see the open space there in front of you?
I've done that move since I was a little kid. Growing up around my mum and all of her friends and family, they do lots of little things like that, and I've just always wanted to try it. So it's something I've always done in practice, and I've tried it in games. And just in the moment, MJ, my co-shooter, she's just such a strong holder that she had both of them really high, and I was like, if there's any opportunity to do it, it's now. And Tara nearly got it. She had her hand on the ball, but I beat her, so that's all that matters.
All right, so when MJ gives you that look and she goes and puts the ball down, ready for you to take the shot, she walks out the way and she knows she's giving you the opportunity. What are you thinking? How do you deal with that?
Makes sense. I was hitting it all game, just dropping those long bombs, and I know it's something that I can do. So she did it. First thought was, yeah, this seems right. This is correct. And then just walked up, mind was blank, finished the shot.
And do you envision yourself getting the shot in every time? I know your mind goes blank, but when you're practicing those shots, what do you think when you're shooting?
Always positive all the time. I mean, it's either nothing and I'm focusing on feeling, instinct, and it's all muscle memory. Other than that, it's always positive. I never think, what if I miss? There are so many people watching, what are they going to think of me? I mean, those intrusive thoughts do come into your head all the time, but then you just got to turn it, flip it on its head. It's like, what if I get this in? This is going in. I'm going to get a switch. I'm going to look fantastic. I'm the Steph Curry with netball.
The Steph Curry of netball, yeah. I love that. So when you're shooting as well and say the ball doesn't go in for that one chance, it doesn't happen for you very often, what do you do? I know you're ready for the rebound because you're envisioning it to go in. How do you react from that and respond for the next steps for the rest of the game?
Well, my role as a shooter is to shoot. So if I miss, it's like, well, get me the ball next time. This is definitely going in. Like, I know I'm so good that the next one is going to go in. So you just brush off the misses like water off a duck's back.
Amazing. Oh, well, what are you doing after this? I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm going home to sleep.
I'm just about to head to training.
More?
Yeah, 2023, we've got to be premiers.
No wonder you get the shots in. All right, well, I'll see you later.
See ya.
It's great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Wait, are you going this way too?
Yep.
Oh God, all right.